Assault allegation against Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hesketh just corroborates that the incident was fully investigated and no charges were filed. A woman in 2017 says Hesketh, then and until this month a Fox News Channel host, assaulted her in a hotel room in Monterey, California. A Hesketh attorney says that what happened was consensual and the woman was paid off to keep Fox from learning about the accusation. Vice President-elect Senator J.D. Vance has been taking nominees around to meet with senators voting on confirmation. Fox's Alexandria Hoff.
According to a Trump official, the president-elect is confident that Senate Republicans will approve his cabinet nominees. But we also know that not all have been won over. So Vice President-elect, he has taken the lead on trying to soothe concerns. Just as yesterday, the focus was on former Congressman Matt Gaetz, whose nomination for Attorney General has been the most controversial. Now, the House Ethics Committee has been investigating Gaetz for alleged sexual misconduct and illicit drug use. Yesterday, a vote was split on party lines whether to publicly release the findings in that report.
A tie vote means no, the report is not being released. The International Criminal Court issues arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for war crimes against Palestinians.
The International Criminal Court says it has reasonable grounds to believe the two men intentionally directed attacks against civilians. When prosecutors requested Netanyahu's arrest earlier this year, he called it a moral outrage of historic proportions.
There's also an arrest warrant for a Hamas commander believed to have been killed in an airstrike. Republicans flip a House seat with a close race in Alaska now called for Nick Begich III over Democrat incumbent Mary Peltola. Today in Alabama, Carrie Dale Grayson is scheduled to be the third U.S. inmate executed with nitrogen gas. He's one of 4 people convicted of torturing, murdering, and mutilating a woman hitchhiking in 1994. America's listening to Fox News.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
The death penalty is on the table for Brian Kohberger, accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students.
The defense claimed that the death penalty goes against contemporary standards of decency, but the judge pointed to the fact that both the Idaho and the U.S. Supreme Courts say the death penalty is constitutional. Well, the family of Kayla Gonsalves reacted on Facebook with this, quote, "We finally have a judge who appears prepared, thoughtful, and well-versed in the legal process. There is a newfound level of seriousness that has been absent for far too long. Justice is moving forward, and we pray that one day in the not-so-distant future it will be served."
Fox's Chanley Painter, the defense is challenging evidence, including search warrants and a DNA match. At least 3 hunters have died in Michigan during this deer hunting season, 2 trying to haul their kills away.
The hunters, men ages 57, 65, and 83, died in Aranac and Tuscola counties. The medical examiner in those counties suggested the Department of Natural Resources should require proof of a physical for hunters, adding, "I've never seen 3 people die in 48 hours from heart attacks while deer hunting before." Firearm deer season began November 15th. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
Baseball Cy Young Awards for Best Pitcher are announced.
In the American League, there wasn't much question. Detroit Tigers lefty Tarek Skubal leading the league in wins, strikeouts, and ERA, and getting all 30 first-place votes on the same day that he turned 28. The National League Award also goes to a lefty who also won the Triple Crown, as Chris Sale of the Atlanta Braves caps what's been an absolutely incredible comeback. Sale was among the best pitchers of the last decade, finishing in the top 6 of Cy Young voting 7 years in a row from 2012 to 2018. But he was hurt almost every year after that, until he found the fountain of youth at age 35, leading the majors in ERA.
Fox's Greg Thompson. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. More funding being offered for new electric vehicle charging stations. National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Program providing up to $24 million for construction of charging stations across Illinois. Those who wish to apply for funding must do so by December 17. Illinois Treasurer Michael Frericks teaming up with the Illinois Department of Labor in efforts to return unpaid wages and penalties to Illinois workers. State workers can now search the Treasurer's iCash website to see if unpaid wages and penalties pursued and collected by the Department of Labor are waiting for them to claim. And nearly a dozen certified local tourism and convention bureaus across the state receiving grant funding. International Tourism Grant Program awarded $857,000 as part of efforts to grow Illinois' tourism industry. Program will increase international travel to Illinois through marketing efforts directed to identified target markets. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim. Good morning. November 21. It's ESPN 93.5. Mr. Meteorologist who said it was going to be a dusting. That's exactly what we had this morning. Well played.
Mm-hmm.
Well played, sir. Well played. And it's a little squeaky in the morning. I had all kinds of little alerts going off with little ice patches here and there at 30 was when I was driving in. So,
and I think that'll be a little more, we got more junk coming this afternoon. We'll talk about that in a second.
Junk, huh?
Junk, stuff, everything. If I was brave enough, I'd throw a thunderstorm in, but, we'll just let the rain and snow come down this afternoon.
Well, it is kind of getting to late November, so I guess we got to expect a little of this stuff as we go. You haven't had a peek in December yet, have you?
We can talk. There's really, we can watch it, every week on the TV show. We do a 4-week forecast, and let's see, I've got the note card in my pocket here that'll take us to right before Christmas. We'll talk about that this weekend. There's also at feedstuffs365.com did a podcast, half hour with Sarah Muirhead, who is the director of, it's sort of like the livestock animal feed side of Farm Progress. So it was me and her, and we talked kind of an informal, a little more authentic talk about weather for about a half an hour yesterday. So that's online there. You can take a look at that, and that has the December stuff, and of course we'll talk about that here as the days we're on.
Yeah, but nothing to go buy a new shovel or plow for.
Well, it snows in December, and we need the moisture, and so I suspect that, and probably starting more liquid form. Matter of fact, that's something that we have to talk about here momentarily about Thanksgiving. There's some cold air dislodging, the stuff's coming up through the Atlantic, the Western Atlantic tropical systems, a leftover piece of Sarah. So we're going to realign the upper air pattern here, unfortunately, but we'll talk about that here in a second.
All right, my friends, it's meteorologist Greg Soye, brought to you this morning by Urbana Park District. Don't forget the turkey trot. That's all available there at urbanaparkdistrict.org. And you can run on Thanksgiving for a whole mile or walk or whatever you'd like to do. Let's check our meteorologist Greg Soye's weather, sir. What do you have?
Yeah, and I got, I know of friends who do a flag football get-together as well. So if running and walking's not your thing, want to toss around the pigskin and think you're better than any of the NFL quarterbacks out there, then by golly, give it a whirl next week on Wednesday and Thursday. In any event, a little dusting across the area. Still some radar returns over Champaign County, 29 at Rantoul, 31 at Willett and Savoy. You venture north and look northward. Northern suburban reaches to Chicago, Milwaukee. There's another blob. There's an upper air circulation, upper air low. We've talked about that since last week. That's coming southward. So the way we lay it out today, windy, much colder. That west wind is already into play over at Willett and Savoy. Matter of fact, we've got wind chills this morning that are down in the upper teens and lower 20s. 17 of the wind chill right now. But there'll be snow and rain coming down late morning and afternoon, and reduced visibilities in some of the heavier snow showers and squalls. And you throw the wind into it. High temperatures up near 40. The pavement should get just a wet, maybe a little slushy in less traveled areas. It's conceivable 1 to maybe 3 inches come down strictly colder surfaces, and I think that number is probably northernmost Champaign, Fort Iroquois counties, and points to the east and southeast. There snows all the way down to the Ohio, by the way, this morning. A little lingering rain and snow this evening. Windy, cold, low down to 35. Heads up, by the way, in that 45 mile an hour west wind as the day wears on for the day today. Windy, cold tomorrow, maybe a snow shower early at 44. A couple of snowflakes Saturday morning, partly sunny 46. We're in the 50s Sunday and part of Monday, another rain system. Then colder next next Tuesday and Wednesday with lower 40s. System will kind of come up with a periphery of cold air laying out to the north. So it may get a little gnarly here Wednesday, Thursday. Wouldn't you know it? With us pretty close to the rain snow line and high temperatures close to 40 on Thanksgiving Day. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, it is the time of year, my friends. That's what we got. So we are into a little winter, and good morning to you. Diane Ducey is off this morning. I am here with you. My name is Stevie J, and yes, we saw the Alabama-Illinois game. If you did not see the game, it was on the SEC network. Maybe you listened to it. Anyway, the Alabama came out red hot, got off to a pretty good start with a guy that shoots 26% from three-point, make 4 3-pointers to get the Crimson Tide. Ranked number 2 as of a week ago, but fell to number 8 after they lost to Purdue. Well, they're a very good basketball team. They were a Final Four team last year, if you don't remember. Alabama had to play Connecticut. The UConn team that beat us in the Elite Eight whipped Alabama as well on their way to a national championship. So it was what? It was what would you think? 217-359-2255. What'd you think of Illinois at Alabama? Here's Brad Underwood after the game.
It's a good basketball team. It's a good college basketball game. Give Alabama credit. They showed why they were picked number 2 in the country, preseason rated there. Nothing for us to hang our head about today. I felt pretty good, to be very honest. And you guys know me, been doing this a long time. I'm never very happy with a loss. We had a couple of moments where one in the first half, one in the second half, we kind of lost our poise, and they capitalized. And then it was fundamental things. You know, we don't give up middle drives. They score 12 points on middle drives. They have 12 points in transition, which they're very good at. And then you just can't go on the road and miss as many free throws as we missed, and expect to be a good team. Their shooters made 5 threes. Really non-shooters who we didn't guard were 5 of 20. Obviously, Nelson hit the first 4 of the game, kind of got them going. We got to do we're dorking him. We weren't guarding him. And that was the plan going in. He's a career 26 or 27% three-point shooter. Give the kid a lot of credit. He made it. He's one of my favorite players in the country, and watching him because he's a tough kid. But they banked 2 in. I thought our job on Sears was really good. We stepped up to that challenge, and for the most part, I thought we did a good job on Weitzel. Filing, showed why he's a pro and moving up everybody's draft board. That's a bad boy right there. So out-rebounded him. Felt great about that. I thought that was a big challenge. I thought that would be the key stat of the game. It turned out to be free throw shooting and our turnovers.
Yeah, we have 13 turnovers, which isn't horrible. We've had 16, even 22. I think Mississippi, when they triple teamed us, I think we had 22. Anyway, that was a preseason. But we had 13 turnovers. I think Alabama only had 7. But yikes, free throws, man. 13 out of 24, and a few of those are 1-and-1s. So that's enough to tie the game. Now, you're not going to make them all, but yeah, you got to get to 80. 75-80% is a must for a high-level basketball team. And if you miss them on the road, yikes. I mean, we got too good a team. But there's a lot of talent, friends, a lot of talent. Will Riley, 5 guys in double figures. This kid who should have been at homecoming a week or 2 or a month ago, he's a high school kid. Will Riley left high school a year early. He's supposed to be the class of 25. But he left early, and we got him, and Alabama wanted Will Riley. So did Kentucky. So does Arizona. Everybody wanted Will Riley, and he's on my team. What'd you think, kid?
I feel like this is a great game to learn. Kind of like Ole Miss, we jumped into it, and we didn't know what to expect, but we came in a little bit more prepared this time. And I feel like it was a very good learning experience playing one of the best teams in the country, and we fought.
I did not sound like that when I was 17, 18 years old. He's just really going to be. My impression was we have a lot of talent, and it's going to come. It is a process. I'm sorry, I can't rush this. Nobody can rush this. We've got Arkansas on Thanksgiving Day, then we got a Wisconsin, then we got a Tennessee ahead. Not to mention at Northwestern, which always never seems to be easy as we begin Big Ten play in December. as has been the practice over the last 3 or 4 years or whatever it's been. Anyway, I'm bullish. I would buy stock in Illinois. I would. I know I'm kind of always thinking I'll never lose a basketball game again in my life at Illinois because I'm a fan. But what did Max say in The Natural? Whether you play bad or whether you play good, you're still a story. I'm rooting for us, obviously. I just think this has got the makings of a very, very good team. But nothing comes together. I mean, as much as we wanted to, it just isn't going to happen that quick. That's why I said yesterday, if I could push a button and put these games off till February to when we play Duke, I would do that because I think we'll be really, really good in the first quarter of next year. Well, it's just going to be a process. And hopefully we win some of these games. I think we will. But I think Kasparas Giacojonas is a pro. I think Will Riley is an eventual pro. And wasn't it nice, if you saw the game, wasn't it nice to see Kylan Boswell in the second half be Kylan Boswell?
I mean, missed free throws and turnovers for us have been probably the crucial things for our losses from Ole Miss to now. But we're young. We feel like we did a really good job fighting back with our intensity, picking up our effort in the defensive end. But overall, that was a really good learning game for us as a great team. Losing this early in the season to a great team like that also, helps us just for the future games that are coming up.
I'm not sure the guys are guys from Europe are used to the physicality of USA basketball. I think we're rougher. I think the Big Ten's even going to be rougher than this. And I think Kasparas and Thomas Ivicevic, I think, is going to be fantastic as well. He really shoots a nice three ball. But we lose the basketball game. The final was 100-87. They were up on 16, 18 points. We cut to 9 in a split second. It was just felt like an NBA game when NBA teams have a really big lead and all of a sudden they don't. It has a bigger time feel to me. And keep in mind, if Alabama is a Final Four team again this year, we're playing one of the best teams in basketball. And we didn't really scare them, but we got at least closer. And 100-87 is what that is. It's just up and down with a lot of three balls. And they in the first half, Christian mentioned this to me, the first half, they bank in 2. We had 2 great looks we missed. That's a 2-point game instead of a 14-point game at halftime. But banking 2 threes in, when they start doing that twice, okay, that's great. Nice shot. You didn't call it. It doesn't count, man. It doesn't count. All right, off and running. Got John Decker at the bottom of the hour. He's Gray Television's White House correspondent. He will be coming up. We missed him last week. We will talk about the new setup. Will there be new people in the press room of the White House? Will they allow bloggers and podcasters in there? Do they have more influence in the mainstream media anymore? If Joe Rogan has 15, 20 million, that'll be more than the CBS Evening News, who has about 3 million people watching, maybe 4. But the whole thing has gone the way of the cyber. A lot of it has, there's no doubt about it. Our weather this morning, again, brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window. You need some siding, windows, roofing? You can go to Kramer Siding and Window and check out what they've got for you. We can't play the weather enough. Meteorologist Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. And for some areas, a little bit of the white stuff on the ground, up on the car top and rooftop as well. Next is significant upper weather system auguring southward out of southern Wisconsin. Yeah, it's cold this morning, and that west wind is picked on up, and wind chills are in the upper teens and lower 20s. A little shocker root of the system. The other boot and hoof will drop, and even this afternoon with snow and rain and some reduced visibilities and some of the heavier snow squalls. High temperatures barely to 40, the west wind 20 to 30, gust to 45 miles per hour. That wind advisory in effect as well. Heads up on reduced visibilities in open areas with the snow and rain coming on down later this morning and this afternoon. Conceivable 1 to maybe as much as 3 inches. That heaviest, highest number, strictly colder surfaces, grassy grounds. Think the roads will be just wet. Will occur again in our northern areas. Lows tonight down to 35. Evening rain and snow. Maybe a snow shower tomorrow morning. Windy, cold, cloudy skies and a high about 44. In the mid 40s Saturday, 50s with more rain late Sunday and Monday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
And it's a possibility around Central Illinois we're going to have a little messy Wednesday, Thursday next week for Thanksgiving, just to kind of think about that and what that might mean to plans. Hey, I've got a Stever you're going to want. Stand by for your chance as I give out money. I am Stevie J. This is Thursday. Diane is off. It is the 21st. Fox News Business Next.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Stuart Varley, and this is the Fox Business Report.
You'll pay more for a BJ's wholesale membership. The Warehouse Club chain is raising its annual membership fee for the first time in 7 years. The club membership fee goes up $5 to $60 a year, and the Club Plus membership fee will cost $120, up from $110. The increase takes effect January 1st. Deere & Company's earnings top forecast, though it's being cautious about this year. The stock's down 1%. Chipmaker NVIDIA sales more than doubled year-ago numbers. Earnings and its forecast topped expectations, though the stock is losing ground. Investors believe its year-over-year growth may be slowing. And cloud computing company Snowflake shares are up 20% after its upbeat earnings. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
Will Kane had you covered this election.
Brett Baer joins us now. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy joining us on The Will Kane Show. Tommy Lahren joins us now.
It's the new must-listen podcast in America.
I think you're right on. It is a funeral for the mainstream media.
I see a victory for Donald Trump. I see a victory for America.
The Will Kane Show. Listen and watch now at WillKaneShow.com. And catch it weekdays at 6 p.m. Eastern at FoxNewsRadio.com and the Fox News app.
I have a circle of friends that have been talking about getting a better place. And if you're interested in selling your home, call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans at 239-7113. I love the relationship with some of the top builders in the area.
Yeah, that's something we've worked on over the last 5 or 6 years, is really getting in on the inside of not just the building part of the subdivisions, but the whole development part of it. Mm-hmm. So we've chosen to partner with a lot of these builders locally, Champaign, Mahomet, Savoy, and to really understand what these subdivisions look like, who has access to what lots, what these lots cost, what type of home is going to be built in that subdivision. That way, when people are looking to plan to build, and if that's now or in a few years, where their home is most likely going to be the best fit for them, or what type of community they're looking for.
Sell your home with the Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to the NateEvansGroup.com.
One thing's for sure, everybody's different. That's why the new Villa Grove Community Center has something for everyone. Basketball your thing? Got it. Baseball or softball? Indoor batting cages and leagues for all ages. Indoor running track, soccer, pickleball, weightlifting, ellipticals, it's all here. Plus, a splash pad for those hot summer days and a community room perfect for parties or meetings. And membership is open to anyone. The Villa Grove Community Center. What's your thing?
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
All right, so the guy who killed Laken Riley has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. Donald J. Trump, President-elect of the United States, said yesterday in a statement, "Justice for Laken Riley. The illegal who killed our beloved Laken Riley was just found guilty on all counts for his horrific crimes. Although the pain and heartbreak will last forever, hopefully this can help bring some peace and closure to our wonderful family who fought for justice and to ensure that other families don't have to go through what they did. We love you, Laken, and our hearts will always be with you. Time to secure our border and remove these criminals and thugs from our country so nothing like this can ever happen again. I do not understand how J.B. Pritzker and the mayor of Chicago want to protect criminals. You can, I guess, argue for people that are coming to seek asylum, and we have no process to even determine why they're here. but to protect a criminal. There's over 1 million that have already had their day in court with a judge that have been ordered to leave and haven't left. There are gang members, there are murderers and rapists. Why, J.B. Pritzker, would you protect them? They're not your citizen. They're criminals. They're murderers. Why would you ever? Why would any of the Massachusetts is the same? Colorado is the same? Like 6 or 8 states there. You're not coming. Well, actually, the federal government can. They have total jurisdiction over this. So I don't know what happens when the rubber meets the road. I have no idea how they're going to be able to protect the criminal in Chicago that we're trying to get out of our country. And I have no idea why you wouldn't take somebody who has had their day in court, has been convicted of a crime. We want to deport them. And our governor is protecting them. Unbelievable. I don't get it. Please, somebody explain it. 217-359-2255. You want to jump on the Fisher National Bank text line. Okay, the Stever offer today is something you love. It's Jets Pizza. Drove by it last night. You know, they never flash freeze their cheese. They have homemade sauce. I have envisioned being a delivery boy for them. And I think it'd be very uncomfortable for me if I were delivering Jets Pizzas that I would deliver one with part of a square taken out of it and then mush it together thinking that people won't notice. How could you deliver pizza from Jets Pizza and not be able to have a bite? The smell is ridiculous. Anyway, if you would like Jets Pizza, it's up this morning at GoStever.com. This is the program where I give you my money and then tell you where you can spend it. You'll have a survey to fill out afterwards. We get wonderful feedback from you on this, on all these. And so if you are interested in a Jets Pizza, $50 is what I'm giving you. You just go to GoStever.com. If you're somehow not a member, we're not sure why. We give away money. GoStever.com. You can register and join and enter in the same time. You'll get one of the emails. A lot of people obviously go for this. That's fine. Still a drawing, and you still might win. So good luck to you. GoStever.com. GoStever.com if you are interested. We call it Stever because Christian, my oldest triplet, mostly him, when he was a lot younger, 8, 9, 10 years old, I would say something sarcastic and maybe just not realistic. Imagine that. And he would say, "Easy, Stever, calm down." And so the program is called Stever, and that's how we named it. So GoStever.com. It's sitting there, money for you. If I can get you to eat a Jets Pizza. Awesome. Okay, good luck. John Decker's coming up. Great Television's White House correspondent. We shall visit with him and get the lay of the land here as we go through all these potential nominees for Donald J. Trump's cabinet. Will he get them all through? Will he not? We'll get his take on that next. And then it's Did You Know? Nathaniel's son in Chicago. And Lynn Barnes is in Dancing with the Stars. Don Moyer Boys and Girls Club, going to visit with her. And our pitmaster, Tim Onstad, also all ahead.
One thing's for sure, everybody's different. That's why the new Villa Grove Community Center has something for everyone. Basketball your thing? Got it. Baseball or softball? Indoor batting cages and leagues for all ages. Indoor running track, soccer, pickleball, weightlifting, ellipticals, it's all here. Plus, a splash pad for those hot summer days and a community room perfect for parties or meetings. And membership is open to anyone. The Villa Grove Community Center. What's your thing?
Why use Lands Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry. From a basic sewer pipe repair to replacing a sewer main, installing a water line to installing a septic system, installing underground utilities for a new construction project to rehabilitating the old pipes under a school. Lands has the most versatile and experienced team in the industry. Residential, commercial, and industrial, when it comes to your underground pipes, think Lands Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
So if somebody has some back pain, you can't sleep, you can't do, you go see Dr. Zishan Ahmad, board certified, fellowship trained in spine and pain medicine. Go see a specialist that sees this.
So when a patient comes to me, basically I do an examination to see what is the severity of the problem. And if their back pain is associated with some leg pain, or if I find any nerve issues going on, then it becomes a serious issue. In that case, I would need some x-rays, some MRI, MRIs to kind of figure out if they have a pinched nerve. And then we'll start them on some kind of physical therapy, anti-inflammatory medicines. And if they don't get better, then do some injections.
Dr. Zishan Ahmad, board certified, fellowship trained, spine and pain medicine. He can help you or somebody you know. Get hold of them at 217-337-3045, OSF, 1400 West Park Street in Urbana.
Or just visit osfhealthcare.org.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Murder, persecution, starvation used as methods of warfare. That from the International Criminal Court issuing arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his former defense minister.
The International Criminal Court says it has reasonable grounds to believe the two men intentionally directed attacks against civilians. When prosecutors requested Netanyahu's arrest earlier this year, he called it a moral outrage of historic proportions.
Fox's Jonathan Savage reports 79 senators vote against a measure to stop the U.S. from sending more weapons to Israel. 18 senators voted in favor of 3 resolutions. Some much-needed rain.
The Northeast is getting it. It really set in overnight, and this is the most significant rain that we've seen in months.
Fox Weather's Britta Murray. It's been 93 days since Philadelphia reached over a half an inch of rain. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. DNR reminding hunters to keep safety in mind when using tree stands as firearm deer season set to start later this week. They urge hunters to use safety harnesses when hunting from tree stands in the field. Tree stands are #1 source of hunting-related accidents and deaths in the state of Illinois. There's a lot of the works for the Willard Airport in Savoy, and community members and stakeholders got a chance to peek into the future Tuesday. The new employee entrance road will cost $500,000, and the apron project will cost $1.5 million. Both are expected to begin next year. Illinois Department of Innovation and Technology warning people to be on the lookout for scams as they prepare for holiday shopping. As more people make purchases and plan travel online, cyber criminals more active during the holidays. Important to be extra vigilant online. Think before you click and look for physical location and any customer service information. Be sure you know who you're talking to. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. We check our weather. Our meteorologist, Greg Solier. A little bit of stuff out there here this morning. Our weather brought to you by Carl. Visit carl.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign-Urbana is Saturday going to be a fairly active day's worth of weather. Welcome to the look and feel of late autumn and almost early wintertime out there this morning. More to come with both snow and rain late morning and this afternoon. And that west wind, 20 to 30 gusts, close to 50 miles per hour. Put all that together and reduce visibilities in some of the heavier snow showers and squalls. And again, accumulations of maybe an inch or two on colder surfaces. Grassy grounds, rooftops. Think the roads will be wet, but again, visibility issues as the day wears on. Highs near 40. Lingering rain and snow early on tonight. The west wind will fade somewhat after midnight. Low down to 35. Tomorrow, windy, cold, cloudy, a snow shower early and about 44. A snowflake possible Saturday morning, partly sunny and 46. More rain late Sunday to Monday. Highs in the 50s and colder on Tuesday at 41. Rain late Wednesday at 42. There may be a snow and rain system close by on Thanksgiving Day now, with high temperatures there in the upper 30s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, thank you, Greg. It is chilly this morning, 30 degrees in Champaign-Urbana, and a little bit of ice patches, a little bit on that windshield here this morning. And we have some weather information about next week that you need to keep in mind. Wednesday, Thursday, even for Thanksgiving travel, could be a little messier around here. We'll have to wait and see for sure. All right, 7:34. Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, boys and girls, it's Thursday. John Decker. John Decker, John Decker. I want to talk to John Decker. He is the one we know. I want to talk to John Decker. He's at the White House in press room.
John Decker, John Decker. I want to talk to John.
Yes, children in combines are singing the theme. Ladies and gentlemen, Great Television's White House correspondent, national correspondent is John Decker. And John, when I announced last week that you wouldn't be on, the response from the first texter was, so no theme?
So no theme. Yeah, you miss out on that.
No, I refused.
Right.
Without you, I will not play the theme. No.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Unless we put
Absolutely.
Unless we put it on a 45 and sell it for big bucks, something like that.
That's right. But it's good to be back with you today, though. I'll tell you that.
Good to have you back on the program. Lots
absolutely.
on. Lots going on. The cabinet selections of Donald Trump. Will they all get through, or will some, Matt Gaetz, I guess, stumble? What say you?
Yeah, I think Matt Gaetz is the one for sure that I don't think is going to make it. It's pretty clear. The allegations against him are really serious. And, we could go through them. I mean, they're, sexual relations with a minor, illicit drug use, using campaign funds for personal use. And we saw yesterday that the House Ethics Committee, along party lines, voted not to release that ethics report. That's the reason why Matt Gaetz resigned from Congress, to prevent the release of that ethics report. And then he's insulted so many Republican senators over the years that I just don't see him making it, being confirmed as the next Attorney General.
Well, and I think that probably the last thing you said, insulting senators through the years, probably does not help. But I will also say that if the FBI investigated him 3 years, why no charges?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that question, but I will say this to you. If there was information contained in that report that exonerates Matt Gaetz, you'd get that report out there if you're a Republican. And that's not what they're doing. They're blocking the report. And that's not pleasing some Republican senators. Mike Rounds, who's a Republican senator, very loyal Trump backer, says, if they won't release that report, we'll do our own investigation. We'll bring those same witnesses before our committee and televise the hearing in January. And, Donald Trump wants to hit the ground running. I don't think, you want to be weighed down by a distraction like a Matt Gaetz, spectacle of a hearing when you want to, get started on your agenda on border security, on, bringing down inflation, on all the things that Donald Trump ran on. And getting that all done within the first 100 days.
I think normally I'm totally understanding all of that what you're saying. I just think that in this day of, get the dirt, spit them out, chew them around, spit them out, whatever Donald Trump recently said about how and I've seen that over the last 10 years, I think, in both sides. I mean, you hear and you say, well, wait a minute, is that true? And then,
right.
I am concerned that many of it might not be true. Now, I think he's a rabble-rouser. He got rid of Kevin McCarthy. I don't think one guy should say we should get rid of the Speaker of the House. I thought all that was crazy. And since he resigned, I think now you need 9 representatives to say let's change out the. So things changed quickly as soon as he resigned. So, yeah, I don't know. What about Pete Hegseth, RFK Jr.?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think all the attention right now is on Matt Gaetz. And, I have not seen a Republican come forward and say, yeah, he's going to make it. He's going to get over the finish line. They're trying to drag him across the finish line, really, if he makes it. And, when you call one of the people that will pass judgment on your nomination, Markwayne Mullins, who's a senator from Oklahoma, a Republican, when you call him a fool, that's not going to go over well, with Markwayne Mullins. And, he's the one who said that Matt Gaetz would show him pictures of nude women that he's had relations with on the floor of the House. That's not really good behavior either. To me, you want someone beyond reproach as the Attorney General. You don't want someone with baggage. And Donald Trump can find a slew of very qualified people who will be loyal to him, but don't have the baggage that Matt Gaetz has.
Okay. Probably if you had all the chips and you put them all on one person to absolutely make it, would it be Marco Rubio?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think he should be confirmed 100-0, or 99-0 if he's still a senator. He's not taking part on the nomination of himself. But look, I think that he is well qualified. Served on the Senate Judiciary Committee. By the way, Marco Rubio is still a U.S. senator. and he's going to remain a U.S. Senator until that process plays itself out. Whereas you have Matt Gaetz, and why did he resign his seat in the House of Representatives? To prevent that report from being made public.
Yeah.
That to me tells me a lot in terms of what's contained in that report and why it could be very damaging to him and his prospects for being confirmed.
All right, so Ari Fleischer, former press secretary, suggested that the press room should be filled with other people in addition to the mainstream media because their audiences have grown so much on digital. What would you say to that?
Well, it is filled with other people, so I don't know what he's referring to. If he's referring to occupying the seats in the briefing room, that's determined by the White House Correspondents Association. But look, anything is possible. Is it possible for the Trump White House to say, you know what, we're going to take away that process from the WHCA, from the White House Correspondents Association? Would that surprise me if that happened? No, it would not surprise me in any way. But, you may recall during the Trump years, you don't have to necessarily just call on the people in the front rows, and that's what Sean Spicer did from day one. He called on people who don't get typically called upon from conservative news organizations, and I would expect that aspect of things to return with Caroline Leavitt when she becomes the new White House press secretary.
Caroline Leavitt is like Jake Paul to my Mike Tyson kind of thing. I mean, can you believe that?
Yeah.
I mean, wow,
Yeah.
27 years old, and I think she's very good. I think she's really tough.
Yeah. Oh, she is. She is very good. We have a good relationship going back to when she served as a press aide during Donald Trump's first term in office. We exchanged, emails over the weekend when it was confirmed that she's going to be the next press secretary.
Wow.
So, to me, it's good for me, that she will be the next press secretary. But as you know, I get called on quite often by Karine Jean-Pierre. I have good relations, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican who's in the White House.
Did she ever look at videotape of herself? Because when she calls on Peter Doocy, her shoulders slump. It just you have people. I mean, and maybe it was the same when what your tennis buddy Jim, whatever his name, Acosta, when you call questions for Trump, it was just like, okay, here we go. Here you
go. My tennis buddy. I like how you're referring to that. That's not true.
He stinks at tennis too, right? I mean, I could play him at tennis. Yeah. Anyway, so the dynamics of the room, which by the way, people might not know, what would you guess are the dimensions? It's a small room.
Yeah, it's a small room. I mean, it's I'm so bad at
it's not very
giving
big.
you a
how many chairs across the row you're in? How many people are in it?
Yeah. So it's 7 rows of 7. It's 49 seats in that room.
That's 7 rows.
That's it.
In my studio here, I can put 7 chairs across. I mean, that's not very big. It's just not.
I mean, look at it this way: 7 rows of 7. That's a very small. I mean, incredibly small movie theater. I mean, it's not a large room at all. Right?
Man.
That's the best way to look at it.
And I guess too, you wonder. I guess you could have a bigger room, but then it's all those hands. It's hard enough to call on the right people, right?
Yeah, no, that's right. And, what you can expect is a return of people clamoring to be in that room, because, for whatever reason they want to be in that room, to be a part of history, to have a viral moment, if they want to, get into it with the press secretary. There's some people that want to do that. Look, that's what I'm prepared for. I always see those types of people. And it'll be interesting, to say the least, when that begins on January the 20th of next year.
Well, you always want material, John Decker, and I think that with President Trump, there's never a lack of material.
No, there's not. And it's like that every day. And he wants to lead the news every day with a story about Donald Trump and his administration. And he was pretty successful with that goal during his first term, and I have no doubt that he'll be successful when he begins his second term in January.
I think that he was more ready, obviously, this time, understanding a little more about Washington than he did. And
that's right.
Hitting the ground running, started the transition months before the election even. And so do you expect a lot to happen in the first 100 days?
Yes, I do. I mean, I think that the first day we're going to see a slew of executive orders signed by Donald Trump once you get through all of the parades and the inauguration, he's going to get right down to work. And we saw when he was president the first time, sign that executive order on immigration his first week in office, the Muslim ban, as it was called, and initially rejected by the Supreme Court, rewritten, and then ruled as constitutional by the Supreme Court. He got the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Change Accord. He removed the U.S. from the Iran nuclear deal. He really, did a lot, all in his first week in office, and I anticipate it'll be a busy first 100 days for Donald Trump as well.
How about the new chief of staff? First time a woman has ever been chief of staff for the president of the United States?
Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it takes Donald Trump to do it. So good for him for choosing someone who has been very loyal to him, number one, but also she's been a great manager. She ran his campaign successfully. And so, that's, I think, one of the first people that he indicated he wanted to serve in his administration, Susie Wiles. And so she's putting together this staff that will work in the West Wing while Donald Trump puts out all the people that he'd like to serve in his cabinet.
Have you heard if this is true, whether one of the big things before she accepted was, I'm the gatekeeper?
Well, that is true. She knows full well that when Donald Trump was in the White House the first time, it was like a subway turnstile, in terms of the people that would come into the Oval Office, just, go back, and forth into the Oval Office without anyone saying you shouldn't go in there, you should, be having speaking with the president this time. She is the gatekeeper. She will make certain that the people that see Donald Trump are people that have business that can benefit the public, and I think that is a good approach.
Could be called focus. Keep them on task, on focus. Because
that's right. Well, it's tough.
And if he waves them in, there's 14 different things and 12 different guys. I mean, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
So she's going to say, this person's coming, and here's the reason, here's the briefing, right? That kind of thing?
Right. Exactly. That's exactly right. And so, she ran a tight ship in running the campaign, and I anticipate that's the way that she'll run the administration as well. Now, there'll be other voices, don't get me wrong. I think one of the people that we haven't seen yet in terms of what's going to be the role for this person is Rick Grinnell. Does that name ring a bell?
Yes, of course. He was he in the cabinet last time?
He was the acting director of DNI, so that's the position that Tulsi Gabbard has been nominated for, DNI,
National Intelligence.
Director of National Intelligence. And he was also U.S. ambassador to Germany. And I think he's going to have the same role that Kellyanne Conway had in Donald Trump's first administration, which is senior advisor to the president, someone who's going to work in the West Wing, that will be involved in very important foreign policy decisions that Donald Trump will make. He'll be involved in all of those meetings. I think that's the role that he'll ultimately get in the Trump White House.
Okay, Rick Grinnell. And what about... talking about Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, I mean, the Department of Government Efficiency is not really official. Do you think that will be effective?
Well, it's not going to be a department, even though it's called a department. I think they called it a department just so you could have that Doge
thing,
acronym
Bitcoin. Yeah, right.
Right. But it's a panel. I think that's the best way to describe it. And it will provide outside advice to the Trump administration about where are ways that you can cut the bureaucracy. That's a good thing, I think, on the surface. Why wouldn't you be for that? But it's not going to be an official department like the Department of Commerce, like huge bureaucracy. That would be foolish. If you're trying to cut bureaucracy, you're not going to create more bureaucracy. So it will provide that outside advice to Donald Trump in terms of ways to cut down on that government waste.
Okay, and finally, why would governors want to protect criminals from being deported?
I don't know. That's a very strange thing to me. To me, Tom Homan, who will take on the role of border czar in the Trump White House, has said first priority and the primary responsibility of Tom Homan will be to make certain that the criminal element who are in this country illegally are removed from this country. Now, whether they're in American jails or prisons, that is the focus. So I don't know why you would be against that. Don't you want to make America safer? Don't you want to make America our community safer, that to me makes the most sense.
I just don't understand it. Some things, and that's really what my frustration was over the last 4 years, was I don't get it. Some of this stuff doesn't make any common sense. So off we go. We'll see what happens. But boy, you're going to be busy, my friend. You shall be busy as a new.
Busy. I'm looking forward to it. And so that means got to get some rest before the busy season seeps in. And so next week is Thanksgiving. We will not talk to each other next week, Stevie. So I wish you the best of health and happiness with your family as you get together for Thanksgiving. And we'll talk the week following that. But best of everything to you next week, Thanksgiving week.
Well, enjoy yourself, John Decker. He is White House correspondent for Gray Television, national correspondent, kind of a big deal. John Decker, we appreciate your time. We thank you for your time, sir. We'll call you in a couple of weeks.
I look forward to it. Thanks, Stevie. Have a great Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you in a few weeks, and have a great weekend as well.
You as well. John Decker, live from Washington, D.C. He's just miles from the White House. Weather brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. Interested in a free evaluation? You can call Greg Wolf. Actually, he retired. Take it back. You can call for a free evaluation at 217. There's others. 352-0428 for Watts Copy Systems. Weather also brought to you by Busey for over 150 years. Busey, member FDIC. Ladies and gentlemen, Thursday, did you know Nathaniel's son coming up?
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. Going to be a fairly active day's worth of weather. Welcome to the look and feel of late autumn and almost early wintertime out there this morning. More to come with both snow and rain late morning and this afternoon. And that west wind, 20 to 30 gusts, close to 50 miles per hour. Put all that together and reduce visibilities in some of the heavier snow showers and squalls. And again, accumulations of maybe an inch or two on colder surfaces, grassy grounds, rooftops. Think the roads will be wet, but again, visibility issues as the day wears on. Highs near 40. Lingering rain and snow early on tonight. The west wind will fade somewhat after midnight. Low down to 35. Tomorrow, windy, cold, cloudy, a snow shower early and about 44. A snowflake possible Saturday morning, partly sunny and 46. More rain late Sunday to Monday. Highs in the 50s and colder on Tuesday at 41. Rain late Wednesday at 42. There may be a snow and rain system close by on Thanksgiving Day now, with high temperatures there in the upper 30s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on KramerSiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Illinois basketball star Merez Johnson on needing some help from Sarah Champagne and Ben Quattrone.
I was going back home for a weekend and I was going to be downtown. I text Ben, can I get a different car? Go to Chicago, and I got something small, a nice Buick, something that was nice. I got my car back when I came. It was quick. Ben and Sarah Champagne took care of me.
And Sarah Champagne would do that for you, too. Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERA Champagne.com. Yeah, I talked about it earlier, but of course, Illinois played Alabama last night, losing to the Crimson Tide in Birmingham. Alabama 100, the Fighting Illini 87. We'll play some clips from Brad Underwood here in the next hour. But essentially, they kind of look at it as learning and trying to get better and improve against a very good basketball team with Alabama. Illinois did have 5 players in double figures. Freshman Will Riley had the most with 18. And off we go to State Farm Center Saturday at 1 o'clock against Maryland Eastern Shore. But Illinois loses to Alabama last night, 100-87. Okay. It's Thursday at 7:54. We call our son Nathaniel's son, and he taught us that in Japanese, son means respect. Nathaniel's son, good morning.
Hey, Dad, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Had our first snow, which sounds like you guys had a little dusting, which feels a little early for November 21st, but I suppose this might be normal as a few years ago.
Yeah. And we're supposed to get a little around Thanksgiving. Be fun to have you guys down here for Thanksgiving as well. All right.
Yeah.
Did you know what you're talking about today?
Well, this morning we're going to get the chance to discuss a little bit of a unique topic, and one that I think might surprise a few of us. Now, the concept of carrier pigeons is, I'm sure, something that a lot of us are moderately familiar with. People used pigeons, they'd tie it to their ankle or their claw, and they would deliver a message. Now, it might not surprise us that this has been done since the times of ancient Greece. In fact, people in Greece would use pigeons to deliver messages to other villages to inform everyone of who won the Olympic Games. But did you know that pigeons were used to deliver messages as recently as the 1940s during the Second World War? Believe it or not, by 1942, the U.S. Army had more than 50,000 pigeons flying for the Army. And in fact, anyone who was drafted into the Army and had any experience with poultry or pigeons was automatically assigned as a pigeoneer. Now, if you're anything like me, you might be wondering, how does a pigeon actually know where to go?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay.
Well, that's good, and it's really a good question, but it's part of the reason pigeons were selected. Now, the specific breed is called homing pigeons.
Mm-hmm.
Just intuitively, they're really good about finding out how to get home. Now, clever people over millennia have figured out that wherever you train a pigeon from, wherever its base is starting from, it will think of as its home. And over the course of their life, as they grow from when they hatch to even a couple months old, they train them to go farther and farther distances a little at a time. And during the Second World War, they had pigeons trained to fly as far as 50 miles in a single day to deliver a message.
That is really interesting.
Nowadays, we have Neuralink and Starlink and FaceTime a little faster, but as recently as 80 years ago, we still use pigeons.
I mean, I never thought much about a homing pigeon in my life. Is that spelled Homing? Homing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so when you train them in where they were trained after they were hatched, they'll just know to come back to that point.
Mm-hmm.
But when you let them...
With some consistency, right.
But if I say, let's try go to that building, little Ricky, will you fly home? I mean, how do you know they're going to come back? I mean, and how do you know...
It's a great question, and I think it's just a testament to just their natural instincts. And believe it or not, I think I saw that pigeons had a delivery rate during the war of something above 90%.
Wow.
More than 9 out of 10 pigeons successfully delivered their messages.
That is an interesting subject and fascinating, and particularly you had to send the Olympic results in ancient Egypt through pigeon. That's just
ancient Greece. But
ancient Greece,
right.
ancient Greece. So you wonder if that in the same note it said, the guy had a false start, so they executed him. You taught us that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they all competed without togas.
And they're naked. Naked guys that jump start and then they execute. That's what they did in ancient Greece, according to Nathaniel. Did you know when we had that subject?
Yeah, no, that's what the Olympic Committee advertised at least.
Just crazy. All right, did you know? Great stuff, Nathaniel's son. We'll see you for Thanksgiving, but thanks for being on. We'll visit again in a couple of weeks.
All right, take care.
Thank you, Nathaniel's son in Chicago, ESPN 93.5. Our Stever today is $50 at Jets Pizza. That's pretty simple. Go get yourself one, and then Jets Pizza is so doggone good. I'm trying to think what I would get today. Probably the buffalo chicken is so good. And they got that sauce they homemade, and they never flash freeze their cheese like just about everybody else. So why don't you go to gostever.com and enter if you're not a member, or enter if you are. You can register, then enter, and then you get an email after 8 tonight. A lot of people obviously try for this. That's okay. You still might win. GoStever.com, $50 at Jets Pizza is our Stever, the program where I, Stevie J, give you my money so that you might enjoy and visit a great client of mine. Jets. Pat and her team are awesome. The news is next. Whole another hour to come. I'm Stevie J. It's 8 o'clock.
So when was the last time
You're
you saw...
listening to WSJK, ESPN 93.5, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
In 1925, Bud and B. Reichard founded a small plumbing business in Urbana. Today, nearly 100 years later, A&R Mechanical is still thriving. A&R Mechanical believes in designing, building, and maintaining, and is one of the largest and most innovative contractors in the Midwest. Their team creates and sustains essential facility systems for several of the university athletic facilities, like the State Farm Center, the Memorial Stadium expansion, the Ubben Basketball Complex, the Smith Football Performance Center, along with the baseball, softball, and immersion indoor golf facility. Their impact on Champaign-Urbana is legendary. For nearly a century, A&R Mechanical has been a cornerstone of our community. I'm Jay Lehman, former Fighting Illini All-American linebacker. Congratulations to A&R Mechanical on nearly 100 years of dedication, innovation, and community spirit. Design, build, maintain. It's what they've done for nearly 100 years and what they'll continue to do for the next 100 years. A&R Mechanical, celebrating a century of excellence in...
He said, she said. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Police in Monterey, California released a report on a sexual assault allegation made in 2017 against Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hesketh. The woman says the now former Fox News Channel host assaulted her in a hotel room and believes she may have been drugged. He has said the encounter was consensual. The Trump campaign says the report shows the claim was investigated with no charges filed. Some Democrats and Republicans want a report on President-elect Trump's Attorney General nominee made public.
Illinois Democrat Sean Casten and Tennessee Democrat Steve Cohen have both introduced resolutions that would compel the House Ethics Committee to release its report into former Congressman Matt Gaetz, which looks into allegations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use. Casten spoke after filing the resolution.
I think our hope for all of us who care about American democracy and the rule of law and respecting the claims of the women.
The House Ethics Committee is divided over party lines on whether to release the report. The committee is set to meet again in December and revisit the matter. House Speaker Mike Johnson is against releasing the report since Gaetz is no longer a member of Congress. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel rejects with disgust an international criminal court warrant for his arrest. He's accused of crimes against humanity during the war in Gaza against Hamas militants.
Netanyahu and his former defense minister Yoav Gallant are accused of murder, persecution, and using starvation as a method of war. Hamas says the arrest warrants are a step towards justice. ICC member states are now obliged to arrest the two men. The Netherlands, where the court is based, says it's willing to do just that. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits falls slightly again last week to 213,000, but the number of people currently on unemployment hits 1.9 million, the most in 3 years, in part because of Boeing-related layoffs and recent hurricanes. America's listening to Fox News.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max used for adults only.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
There are now 3 House races left still not called. Alaska Republican Nick Begich flips the seat held by Democrat Mary Peltola, giving Republicans for now a 219 to 213 majority. There are 2 uncalled races in California, 1 in Iowa. There's a flash flood threat in Oregon and Northern California.
The Northwest is the target for extreme rain and flooding as another system moves in on Friday, not only bringing flooding potential, but strong winds and heavy snow for the mountains. We've got messy weather over the Northeast, the Great Lakes, and Ohio Valley over the next few days with heavy snow in the higher elevations of northeastern Pennsylvania and parts of New York and the central Appalachians. Rain and wind will be the main story along coastal areas, although some spots could mix with ice and snow. I'm Janice Dean. Fox News.
Giraffes would be put on the endangered species list under a proposal from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
Giraffe populations in Africa have experienced a dramatic decline. This will mark the first time the species would receive formal protection under the law. The U.S. proposal includes new funding opportunities for giraffe conservation in African countries. The giraffe population has fallen sharply from more than 150,000 individuals in 1985 to around 98,000 in 2015. The move aims to reduce giraffe poaching by limiting the importation of giraffe body parts and products such as rugs, jewelry, and shoes made from their remains.
Fox's Ted Linder. At the Country Music Association Awards, Chris Stapleton wins 4 awards, including Best Male Vocalist, Best Female Vocalist, Lainey Wilson.
Was definitely not expecting this at all. I look up to every single one of the ladies in this category. They have all influenced me and inspired me, and I'm so honored to just even be nominated for this.
CMA Awards show in Nashville on ABC. The big award, Entertainer of the Year, goes to Morgan Wallen. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. And nearly a dozen certified local tourism and convention bureaus across the state receiving grant funding. International Tourism Grant Program awarded $857,000 as part of efforts to grow Illinois' tourism industry. The program will increase international travel to Illinois through marketing efforts directed to identified target markets. More funding being offered for new electric vehicle charging stations. National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Program providing up to $24 million for construction of charging stations across Illinois. Those who wish to apply for funding must do so by December 17. Illinois Treasurer Michael Frericks teaming up with the Illinois Department of Labor in efforts to return unpaid wages and penalties to Illinois workers. State workers can now search the Treasurer's iCash website to see if unpaid wages and penalties pursued and collected by the Department of Labor are waiting for them to claim. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
8:06, good morning. ESPN 93.5. Our weatherman is Greg Solier, a valuable member of our team. We're going to check his weather forecast here in just a second because got some stuff. We had a little dusting overnight, a little icy. So I drove in early this morning. It was a little bit icy. It's 30 degrees and patchy stuff. So we know how to do that. Just got to slow your speed and check your brakes and all those things that we do and are trained to do in this man's army. We'll check that next. ESPN 93.5.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Well, Mr. Weatherman, meteorologist Greg Solier, the learned one. He's our meteorologist, and he's got details this time of year. We are double-eared for you, my friend. There's no doubt about that. So we got a touch of snow overnight. Not much around here, but in Chicago had a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, a little coating, dusting, and that little piece of energy. One more upper segment to this developing low up aloft is all going on southward. And yeah, the snows are picking up there from Chicago to Rockford back into Wisconsin. That's coming our way for the afternoons. Have a little skiff and coating and some colder surfaces and grassy grounds that we saw on the overnight hours still lingering in the air. Upper 20s and lower 30s right now, the spread across the listing area. And that west-northwesterly wind has a bite to it this morning with wind chills in the upper teens and lower 20s. So more or less a more typical late November, early December, early winter feel going forward for the day today. So that wind advisory is in effect here through the first part of the night. Winter weather advisories across parts of central Indiana over towards the Brickyard. And a windy, colder day's worth of weather will struggle to 40, and some rain, snow showers are back into play here late morning and afternoon as well, with reduced visibilities and some accumulation on colder surfaces and mainly grassy grounds. Think roads will just stay wet, but visibility Visibilities will come down later this morning and more so this afternoon. Some of that stuff lingers this evening. Windy, cold, 35. Windy, cold for the day. Tomorrow, cloudy skies. Maybe a leftover snow shower in the morning. The high to about 44. We're in the mid-40s with a morning snowflake on Saturday. Sunday to Monday, a little more rain with high temperatures briefly back into the 50s there. Tuesday, colder at 41. We'll keep an eye on the rain snow line and just that around here between Wednesday and Thanksgiving Day Thursday. High temperatures in the 30s. For Stevie G broadcasting, I beat officer Greg Soldier.
All right, my friend, thank you very much. Dance music going here because the Don Moyer Boys and Girls Club, Dancing with the Stars, is tomorrow night, iHotel, and one of the dancers is Lynn Barnes, known for her incredible work around Champaign-Urbana. You're such a good volunteer and helper, superstar before you retired at Carl, but legendary, Lynn, legendary. How are you?
Oh, boy. Hey, I'm good, and thanks for having me on, Stevie.
I can't believe you said yes to this. Tell me why.
Well, I can't believe I said yes either, but I got to tell you, I feel honored to be asked, and, you know, I love this community, and the Don Moyer Boys and Girls Club does a ton of good work, and we need to support them and step up and do what we can to help them continue their work, and this is their big fundraiser, so I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely not in my comfort zone. That's for darn sure. You know, I got to tell you that. But I've learned a lot. It's very well organized. And, you know, tomorrow night when it happens, I'm just going to take a deep breath and bust out the move.
Oh, are you ready? I mean, you practiced for, 8 weeks? How long have you been working on this?
Well, they line you up with a pro in September. And I think we started probably in the end of September. And you get 10 hours of training. And I got to tell you, I needed every hour, and that's perfect. And because honestly, I am not a dancer. I mean, the best dancing, and it was very poor, at our daughter's wedding, and that's pretty much the last time that I have danced. And here I am going to do it in front of 650 people. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
No, it is crazy, but I was so excited to know that you're actually doing a backflip, Lynn. Nice of you to try that anyway. What the heck?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I told people, I may not be talented, but I'm going to give a lot of effort.
That's awesome.
But but
no
backflip is not included.
No backflip. Okay, that was just a
no
rumor.
Backflip.
All right, so it's all about raising money and with 10 dancers. Is that what it still is?
Yeah, there are 10 dancers, and so all of us are competing for the prize of it's like a dancing ball trophy or something.
Yeah, right. No,
anyway, and it's fun, and people can vote online. Through BidPal, they just go to the Don Moyer's Boys and Girls website and go to Dancing with the Stars 24. Or they can, of course, people send checks to the Don Moyer Boys and Girls Club. And then, of course, Friday night, there's also a lot of voting that happens, as people kind of raise the roof on the excitement of each of the individual dances. And that's kind of the fun of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
I think everybody kind of goes into it, knowing that, it's not really about your talent. It's really more about just having a lot of fun and enjoying the evening. So, all in all, I'm looking forward to it, absolutely. I'm also looking forward to being done.
Yes, I get it.
That as well.
Well, kudos to you. You're such a good community person, both you and Dick. And I would just encourage you to not be shy and call Jim Leonard and say, write the check so I win. What do you think? And Jim can do this.
Well, I thankfully do have a few connections at Carl. And in fact, I do have their table, so that's an honor for me, even though I'm a retired, individual, so they still stepped up and supported me. So that made me feel good that they remembered me.
Oh, of course, and I'm trying to do the calculation here. If everybody at Carl, that works for Carl, donates $5, you win. You slam dunk it. It's over. The game's over.
Hey. Yeah, no kidding. That's exactly true.
I understand Carl is getting near the size of the University of Illinois. That's how big the campus has gotten. That's how big the whole organization. Carl is something else. It's rocking, man. It's rocking. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, it is. The leader's done a terrific job.
Listen, Congratulations and thank you for your help with the Don Moyer Boys and Girls Club and raising money for these kids in our community. I hope you just have the best dance night of your life, Lynn.
I hope so, too.
You go get them. We're proud of you. Good job.
Thank you, Stevie. Hey, have a great day.
You as well. That's Lynn Barnes. She'll be one of the dancers, celebrity dancers at the Don Moyer Boys and Girls Club. That'll be tomorrow night at the iHotel. It's always fun. Diane and I were part of that for 10 years. So fun. 8:14. Lynn, are you ready? Reese, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's making her radio debut here on the show with Diane being off today. And we're going to do some sports headlines with Reese Hogan.
Hello, everyone. The Fighting Illini basketball team played in Birmingham, Alabama last night against the number 8 ranked Crimson Tide. Alabama won the game over our Illini at 100-87. Here's Coach Brad Underwood after the game.
It's a good basketball team. It's a good college basketball game. Give Alabama credit. They showed why they were picked number 2 in the country, preseason rated there. Nothing for us to hang our head about today. I felt pretty good, to be very honest. And you guys know me, been doing this a long time. I'm never very happy with a loss. We had a couple of moments where one in the first half, one in the second half, we kind of lost our poise, and they capitalized. And then it was fundamental things. We don't give up middle drives. They score 12 points on middle drives. They have 12 points in transition, which they're very good at. And then you just can't go on the road and miss as many free throws.
Yeah, can't miss those free throws.
The Fighting Illini football team, well, also, to get back to Brad Underwood, the Illini had 5 players in double figures led by freshman Will Riley with 18. Next up for our Illini will be Maryland Eastern Shore Saturday at 1 at the State Farm Center. Now, this weekend, the Fighting Illini football team leaves tomorrow for their game with Rutgers on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Rutgers is a 1.5-point favorite, so this should be an interesting game. We've had a fun season with our Illini. Unity and Monticello get ready to face off Saturday afternoon at 2 in Monticello for the chance to go to the championship game for 3A high school football in the state of Illinois. And finally, NFL action tonight on Thursday Night Football has the Pittsburgh Steelers visiting Cleveland. And that's our sports.
That's amazing. Reese Hogan, great job, kid.
Thank you.
Since you mentioned high school, you have a brother that's a very good pole vaulter.
I do, Riley Hogan.
Riley Hogan can pole vault, and he's only been doing it a year, maybe?
He's been doing it, well, he started his freshman year.
Yeah.
He did a little bit 8th grade, but he's doing amazing. Riley Hogan.
Top 5 in the state of Illinois, and he's going to be a junior?
He's a junior right now.
Okay, he's a junior
right now.
And he's got the spring season coming up.
Yes, he's training. He'll be in Bloomington tonight with his club team practicing. And
how do you get into pole vaulting?
It's amazing.
How do you get into pole vaulting?
Yeah, junior at STM doesn't even have pole vault pits, and he still manages to get on the podium every single year.
Unbelievable. So I have to keep our eye on Reese Hogan's brother Riley. Could be the next pole vaulting champion of the world. Who knows? All right, thank you for the sports, Reese. Well
You're
done.
welcome.
Well done.
Thank
We're going to check your weather with Greg one more time. You're coming up.
In 1925, Bud and B. Reichert founded a small plumbing business in Urbana. Today, nearly 100 years later, A&R Mechanical is still thriving. A&R Mechanical believes in designing, building, and maintaining. And is one of the largest and most innovative contractors in the Midwest. Their team creates and sustains essential facility systems for several of the university athletic facilities, like the State Farm Center, the Memorial Stadium expansion, the Ubben Basketball Complex, the Smith Football Performance Center, along with the baseball, softball, and Immersion Indoor Golf Facility. Their impact on Champaign-Urbana is legendary. For nearly a century, A&R Mechanical has been a cornerstone of our community. I'm Jay Lehman, former Fighting Illini All-American linebacker. Congratulations to A&R Mechanical on nearly 100 years of dedication, innovation, and community spirit. Design, build, maintain. It's what they've done for nearly 100 years and what they'll continue to do for the next 100 years. A&R Mechanical, celebrating a century of excellence in service. Visit ar-mech.com for more details.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
Don't let the chilly weather keep you from having fun. Warm up with exciting activities instead. Registration for Champaign Park District's winter and spring programs is now open, with activities for all ages, ranging from sports and fitness to cultural arts and special events. There's something for everyone. Whether you're looking to learn a new skill, socialize, or just have a blast, their activities are designed to inspire creativity and expand your horizons. Stay active and engaged all season long. Visit champaignparks.org for details.
Check your weather, meteorologist Greg Sollier. He's dealing with a little bit of winter here as we are moving along here and toward Thanksgiving. A week from today is Thanksgiving. We'll check your weather now this morning, brought to you by Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. What do you need? Home, auto? Kurt can get you life insurance. Get some peace of mind. Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. And for some areas, a little bit of the white stuff on the ground, up on the car top and rooftop as well. Next is significant upper weather system auguring southward out of southern Wisconsin. Yeah, it's cold this morning, and that west wind is picked on up, and wind chills are in the upper teens and lower 20s. A little shocker to the system. The other boot and hoof will drop, and even this afternoon with snow and rain and some reduced visibilities in some of the heavier snow squalls. High temperatures barely to 40. The west wind 20 to 30, gust to 45 miles per hour. That wind advisory in effect as well. Heads up on reduced visibilities in open areas with the snow and rain coming on down later this morning and this afternoon. Conceivable 1 to maybe as much as 3 inches. That heaviest, highest number, strictly colder surfaces, grassy grounds. Think the roads will be just wet. Will occur again in our northern areas. Lows tonight down to 35. Evening rain and snow. Maybe a snow shower tomorrow morning. Windy, cold, cloudy skies and a high about 44. In the mid-40s Saturday, 50s with more rain late Sunday and Monday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Sollier.
I'm Susan Lee, and this is the Fox Business Report.
New claims for unemployment benefits declined last week to 213,000, a 7-month low. In the previous week, claims fell unexpectedly to a 6-month low. Fewer people are signing up for benefits, an indication employers are holding on to staff, though there's a sign it's getting harder for people on unemployment to find a new job. Continuing claims rose by 36,000 to 1.9 million. Bitcoin's price topped 98,000 in European trading this morning, a record, with anticipation of more crypto-friendly policies from the incoming Trump administration. Deere & Company's earnings topped expectations, pushing the stock higher, and Nvidia shares are now up 0.5% after the chipmaker's earnings and forecast were upbeat. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Illinois basketball star Morez Johnson on managing partner at Sarah Champagne, Ben Quattrone.
Ben Quattrone is a great guy. He's like an uncle to me now, a great character person. Sarah Champagne is like a family. Talk to the people that work here sometimes, just to talk to them, and they helped me when I got my car deal. It was very helpful. It wasn't like I was like here all day, like I was bonding with people, having a conversation with them. They're there. Oh, I love my car.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. We're flooring people.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC. FDIC.
All right, it's 8:24. Reese Hogan did our sports, and while I got you, the U of I is off as of Friday. Is that you guys got a week? Is that true?
We do have a week, but we still have class on Friday.
Okay, Friday class, but then you're done till the following Monday, December
yes, sir.
2nd.
That's correct.
So you can tell your professors, "I'll see you in December." That's what you say. And so it's just finals after that, and that's pretty much it, isn't it?
It's basically, the semester's basically over after that. I have one more project, maybe 2 group projects. I finished a philosophy paper last night. I know, we're getting down to it. Senior year.
And then finals, and then you're graduating in May.
Yes, sir. I'm graduating in May.
And your major is?
Majoring in communication and minoring in legal studies.
Legal studies, okay.
Yes.
Someday you want to?
I plan to do the LER Master's Program in Human Resources and Industrial Relations next year at the U of I. 3-semester program. I'm applying for that right now. Applications due February 1st. So it's been a great 4 years at the U of I. I'm definitely glad that I went there. It's been amazing.
When did you come here? When did you start here? It's been most of your college career,
I started
right?
here my freshman year because I moved here from North Carolina, junior year of high school at STM.
Wow.
I know.
How hard was that missing the senior year?
Well, I missed North Carolina. I missed the beach, missed the ocean, lived on an island, but still
Lived on an island.
Lived on an island, Emerald Isle.
Emerald Isle.
Yes.
So your folks moved back here because
We bought a farmhouse. And my dad was in the Marine Corps for 20 years, sniper and special operator.
No, I know. We've discussed this. He was a sniper, folks. So don't mess with Reese Hogan. He can drop you a mile away. Anyway, no, that's his. He served his nation for 20 years.
20 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they decided to buy a farm. We have some property. You know, living on the beach is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But having property and living on land it's beautiful. It's peaceful.
You're happy here. I mean, but
I'm happy here.
Beach is North Carolina.
I know. But you know what? There's so much complications with water. So living in the middle of the country.
Yeah. You're back. You're back with your grandparents. And,
I know.
And Dr. Steve Leon is really well known around here.
Love Poppy.
Leon Optometric in Villa Grove for years and years now. Chittick owns that.
He's amazing.
But John
Nana.
Leon, your grandpa,
yes, my great grandpa,
was my first eye doctor. And then
so amazing.
Steve is he got optometrist of the year in Illinois. That's how good of an optometrist he is. And he's kind of semi-retiring kind of thing.
He's still
He's not going in every day, but he's there and he knows as much as an optometrist could know, my friends.
He's the best.
And then he married over his head with your grandmother.
My Nana Pam.
Nana Pam. far over his head, but good for him. Good for him. And your dad married far over his head with Jamie, who last time I saw Jamie she was 9. Okay, she was 9. So
beautiful couples. My Nana, Papi, my mama, and my papa. Beautiful.
That's Reese Hogan. We have a Stever, folks. If you want to enter, it's $50 to Jets Pizza. Just go to GoStever.com, handing out money today. If you just want a Jets Pizza, it's easy. It's up there right now. GoStever.com, GoStever.com. And you just might get an email after 8 tonight to get your Jets Pizza. Okay, when it comes to Donald Trump, a lot of the buzz is about the cabinet. Will Matt Gaetz make it? Will Pete Hegseth make it? Will RFK Jr. make it? RFK Jr. totally should make it. Anyway, here's some Keystone Pipeline. Remember that we had the Keystone Pipeline going. That would initially give oil all the way down from Canada through the U.S. and would keep the gas prices a little bit lower. And then the Biden administration whacked it on day one. Well, here's some workers from that talking to Fox News about reopening and redoing and getting it going again with the Keystone Pipeline.
What do we need to do right now?
Put us to work right now. Put us to work. And you will see not only the fuel prices go down, but you will see the price of everything else go down with it.
These gas prices affect everything on the market.
Everything.
Because of transportation.
Yep. Yeah. Everything has to be transported.
He's blocking the probably the biggest contributor to energy in the United States right now. He's pushing for solar and wind power, but it's been proven over and over that's just not as efficient as burning natural gas, refining crude.
Get out of all the politics. You know, we're sick of hearing, this is Putin's price hike.
Yep. It's workers that want to restart the Keystone Pipeline, which I think could very well begin under a Trump administration. And with lower energy costs, that means we're going to have less delivery costs, meaning the grocery prices will come down. And I do expect a lot of things to happen as of January 20th of 2025. The news is next. Tim Onstadt, Pitmaster. One more time before we get into Thanksgiving. He'll give us tips on smoking a turkey if you want to try that. Or maybe practice this weekend before you go all in on Thanksgiving turkey, trying something new. But there's injections and things that he's taught us a little bit. We'll get Tim Onstadt on one more time here before Thanksgiving. That'll be next from GFT, Gale for X Trucking, and Dedicated Diesel. All right, the news will be next. It's ESPN 93.5.
When you're buying a battery, it's important to look beyond just the price and make sure you're buying a quality battery. So when you're buying one from the big box store, make sure you ask the question, what's the date on this battery? Is it dependable? Sometimes the big box stores have batteries that have been sitting on the shelf for years. Or you can just come to Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable, and buy your battery from the people who only do batteries. Interstate Batteries at 2504 North Madison, Champaign, way out there, but totally worth the drive. How much is dependable worth to you? Interstate Batteries, open 6 days a week.
Illini fans win free tickets. Stevie J Broadcasting has teamed up with Express Employment Professionals, your local link to top talent opportunities. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 for your chance to win tickets to upcoming home games. That's Illini to 359-2255. Express Employment Professionals, respecting people, impacting business at 1001 North Mattis. Express Employment Professionals says go Illini. Visit expresspros.com.
Good morning, First Federal Savings Bank. How may I direct your call?
Speak with friendly, real people during lobby hours. It matters when you call First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. A real person located at the bank. Not a recording answers your call during lobby hours. Personal, friendly service makes a difference. 217-356-BANK.
Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc. Fast, friendly, and local with local loan decisions and underwriting. If you're not already banking with us, give us a try. We think you'll love it here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 435120.
It's a dangerous world, but today's Senate hearing on threats to the homeland postponed at the last minute, with FBI Director Christopher Wray and Homeland Secretary Mayorkas refusing to testify. This comes amid President Biden's 11th hour move to okay Ukraine's use of U.S. long-range missiles, ATACMS, into Russia, which Russia calls U.S. escalation. Missouri Republican Eric Schmidt accuses President Biden of forcing his policy on incoming President Trump, who wants to bring peace.
What it will do is try to Trump-proof their foreign policy, but I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think it's going to affect it measurably. I think Trump comes in, gets peace, but this is dangerous.
Vice President-elect J.D. Vance continues his role as Senate Sherpa for controversial Trump cabinet nominees. Today, veteran, former Fox News host Pete Hegseth meeting senators. And a Harvard-Harris poll finds Donald Trump's approval rating has hit 54% as president-elect. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. More funding being offered for new electric vehicle charging stations. National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Program providing up to $24 million for construction of charging stations across Illinois. Those who wish to apply for funding must do so by December 17. Illinois Treasurer Michael Frericks teaming up with the Illinois Department of Labor in efforts to return unpaid wages and penalties to Illinois workers. State workers can now search the Treasurer's iCash website to see if unpaid wages and penalties pursued and collected by the Department of Labor are waiting for them to claim. And nearly a dozen certified local tourism and convention bureaus across the state receiving grant funding. International Tourism Grant Program awarded $857,000 as part of efforts to grow Illinois' tourism industry. Program will increase international travel to Illinois through marketing efforts directed to identified target markets. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
NAMI Champaign County seeks to improve the lives of individuals who are living with mental conditions. With education, support, public awareness, and advocacy, the National Alliance on Mental Illness has been supporting families since 1983. A free in-person 8-session educational program is coming your way to help families, significant others, and friends of people with mental health conditions. Learn strategies for taking care of a person that you love. Details can be found at NAMIChampaign.org. You are not alone.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Toronto. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Going to be a fairly active day's worth of weather. Welcome to the look and feel of late autumn and almost early wintertime out there this morning. More to come with both snow and rain late morning and this afternoon. And that west wind, 20 to 30 gusts, close to 50 miles per hour. Put all that together and reduce visibilities in some of the heavier snow showers and squalls. And again, accumulations of maybe an inch or two on colder surfaces, grassy grounds, rooftops. Think the roads will be wet, but again, visibility issues as the day wears on. Highs near 40. Lingering rain and snow early on tonight. The west wind will fade somewhat after midnight. Low down to 35. Tomorrow, windy, cold, cloudy, a snow shower early and about 44. A snowflake possible Saturday morning. Partly sunny and 46. More rain late Sunday to Monday. Highs in the 50s and colder on Tuesday at 41. Rain late Wednesday at 42. There may be a snow and rain system close by on Thanksgiving Day now with high temperatures there in the upper 30s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
And now, a brand new show called Smoke, where we help you with your grill and making the best meat ever. With award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt. Smoke in Tim's Grill. He's the best brisket maker ever. Smoke in Tim's Grill. And now award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is the best brisket maker in the world. Today's Stevie J rankings. Number 1, Tim, brisket. And you've moved up to number 4 on desserts. Come on, man. Come on, man. We got Diane's off today, but young Reese Hogan, U of I college student.
Yes.
Superstar.
Yeah, I've met her the last time I was in.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
You were talking about her brother pole vaulting.
Yes. We talked about Riley.
That's like high jumping with a weapon.
Listen, Tim high jump.
High jump. I remember this.
Like almost 7 feet in high school.
That's amazing.
In high school.
That's amazing.
No, he's got springs, man. He still can dunk, I'm pretty sure.
My mom always taught me not to run with a stick in my hand, so I couldn't pole vault. To me, it was like jousting and high jumping combined. So
that's what it sounds like.
Scared of it.
Yeah, when you run down there, you are a jouster. That is true. You just need some sort of person on a horse or something. Well, we got a week till Thanksgiving. We've touched on injections and all these other things for your turkeys.
We got our turkey cooked.
And do you buy frozen? It's all fresh. What do you buy?
Do I buy what?
Fresh turkeys or frozen turkeys?
We buy frozen.
Okay, and then how many days do you thaw that in the fridge? Like 4?
Oh my, yeah, it takes good 3 at least. And sometimes there's still a little bit of ice on the inside. You got to make sure and get all that out. If you're going to deep fry a turkey, you definitely got to get that out.
We had a little CrossFit Jim's Giving, and I made 2 turkeys that were frozen, and I put it in the fridge 3 days plus, and it was an ice ball. I said, okay, that didn't work. So I put it in the oven a little frozen. She worked fine. Just took longer. That's all.
Well, if you're going to need to thaw it out like that, the best way to quick thaw it if you wait too long is pretty much just in a tub of water.
They said to change the water every half hour. It's like 20 minutes per pound. That's going to take forever. So
yeah. Yep, it's
so the goal is go buy it today. I think I saw Aldi for a minute had it at 77 cents a pound, and
that's
it's crazy cheap. Why are we eating turkey more? I go buy a few steaks and stuff. It's $75. Turkey, I get a full bird for $20. I mean, why am I not eating turkey more? It's crazy.
I don't know. we cook it in competition a couple of times a year. The National Turkey Federation sponsors a side competition with turkey quite often, and we come up with some pretty wild turkey recipes, and we placed in top 5 in that a couple of times.
Oh,
but
that's awesome.
It's a different animal. It's a little different to cook and smoke. But we've got all that done, and at the end of the meal, we're going to bookend our Thanksgiving dinner with our dessert. And we cook dessert on a smoker.
What's the dessert?
We have cooked apple cake.
Yum.
We've cooked chocolate cheesecake. And it's a lot of fun. And Reese, I don't know if Stevie's informed you, but at our house, smoke is an ingredient to food. It's just like any other seasoning that you'll want to put in it. So,
But
we're
it truly is an ingredient. In other words, you don't pour it all in. If you put too much carbon, it's bad too.
Oh yeah. So we're going to kiss our pumpkin pie with a touch of smoke.
Oh,
that sounds delicious.
I will, and I'm going to read this so I don't forget anything. So, but what we're doing is just getting a little bit of smoke in that, and letting that smoke flavor blend with some of the ingredients in here, and it really turns them up a notch. But
wow,
we're going to start with 29 ounces of pureed pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling, because that's already got some spices and stuff in it. We're going to use just regular pureed pumpkin.
Where do you buy the pureed pumpkin? Is that just in a can?
Yeah, it's just a can. It's a 29-ounce can.
All right.
Half cup of white sugar, and then 1 cup of dark brown sugar. And when the smoke works on that, it'll bring out that molasses notes and mix with that smoke, and that's where you get a really, really nice flavor. 4 eggs. Now, your standard pumpkin pie recipe calls for evaporated milk. Throw that out. Don't use it in pumpkin pie. Use 2 cups of eggnog.
Okay,
Eggnog. Whoa,
that sounds like a good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
2 teaspoons of fresh ground cinnamon. Half teaspoon of cloves. 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. Half a teaspoon of freshly grated nutmeg. Again, don't just get the nutmeg and use a zester and grind it yourself. Much better. And then just a pinch of salt. And we're going to preheat our smoker up to 350 degrees. So we're cooking hot and fast with dessert, not the slow 225 type thing that we can do meat with. We're going to pour that filling into 2 unbaked pie crusts and put it on the smoker for about an hour. And you can stick the center with a knife, and if the knife comes out clean, it's done. And we're going to let it cool for 2 hours, put a dollop of Cool Whip on there, and heat it up.
That sounds quite good, Mr. Onstad. It really does.
And if anybody wants that recipe, I'll email it to you, Stevie.
Yeah,
I'll definitely take it.
Yeah, we want to email to me, and now I can give it to Reese and anybody else who wants it to.
Donna's the driving force in that. You know, she's the boss. She's a dessert queen.
No, I know.
She said you got to go with the pumpkin pie filling or the pumpkin pie for the show today, and so that's what I did.
Well, good work, because that sounds delicious and doable. 1 hour, 350, and a little smoked pumpkin pie.
That
with
sounds
it.
delicious.
Except we made a mistake there. It's 3 dollops of Cool Whip on top of that. It's Tim Onstad. All right, tell me about Gelfrex Trucking. What's going on? What, you had something else?
We're using hickory wood with that pumpkin pie. Don't
Hickory?
use fruit wood. Yeah, we're using hickory.
Wood.
And you know, hickory's my favorite wood.
Yes, it
so
is.
That's what I use on all the meats. But it is very, very good with pumpkin pie.
Man, I've never had a pumpkin pie cooked on a smoker.
Nope, but Tim knows how to do it.
Yeah, or any of those desserts.
He's the only man in Illinois and Indiana, as a matter of fact. I just checked the board. Nobody else is doing this, so good work. Hey, so
I think a lot of people.
Not as good as yours, sir. Not as good as yours. It's Gelfrex Trucking. What you got? Anything going on?
I think that, a GFT service and safety is the most important thing to us, because if we don't service the customers, they're not going to use us. And if we're not being safe, we're not going to be able to afford or have the insurance companies or insurance. Insurance companies drive the world.
Yeah.
And I think I unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to invoke that plan and have a spot open up pretty soon here. So if somebody wants to get on board and get in the lineup, this is the chance. We'll bring on one driver between now and Christmas, and we'll get things on track.
All right. And then your Dixie chopper over at Dedicated Diesel, any news?
Hey, some commercial guy is going to come in and buy all three of those mowers that we talked about last week, those
Really?
low-hour trade-ins.
No kidding.
And they're going to get a heck of a deal. And I just I can't believe that they're still sitting there. But those prices we talked about last week are the absolute lowest they're going to find. And they've got, 5 more business days or 4 more business days before Thanksgiving to come in and buy one and get me to cook them a turkey.
Ooh, yeah. Tim will do the turkey if you buy one of those puppies, which is valuable. That's worth $10,000 in itself. Pitmaster extraordinaire. Tim, how can people find you, Tim, connect with you?
They can get me on email at timo@gftlog.com and call the office at 765-793-7131. For Dixie Chopper, get a hold of Andy at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana, 217-328-0562, and Dedicated Equipment on Facebook.
Hey, my friend, happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful for our relationship with you, and you're awesome. We appreciate you very much.
I appreciate you guys. Does that mean you're giving me Thursday off next week?
I am. You are off next Thursday, sir. Well done.
And the chickens. How are the chickens, Mr. Onstadt?
Great job, Reese, and have fun. Stevie's the best. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Tim Onstadt, 845 ESPN 93.5.
Our showroom renovation is complete. At the new Flooring Surfaces, you'll enjoy a modern shopping experience in a showroom filled with the latest innovations in floor covering, plus custom blinds, shades, and shutters in an expanded window treatment area. Flooring Surfaces can help you with free design assistance, expert advice, and professional installation, all in a brand new space you have to see to believe. Visit Flooring Surfaces today at 401 Mercury Drive in Champaign.
Flooring Surfaces, your first stop.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
Hi, Ellen Hook here, owner of your newly remodeled Ashley in Champaign. When you find what you love at the price you love, it's not just Black Friday, it's the Ashley Black Friday event. This season at Ashley, find the perfect sofa and stain-resistant fabric at a price you'll love. You'll wonder, where has this been all my life? Plus, enjoy savings up to $1,000 store-wide. Act fast because these deals won't be around for long. And starting November 29th, score Black Friday doorbuster deals starting at $199 while supplies last, only at Ashley.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
All right, sports headlines. Here's Reese Hogan.
Now back to Illini basketball. Will Riley, what did you learn?
I feel like this is a great game to learn. Kind of like Ole Miss, we jumped into it and we didn't know what to expect, but we came in a little bit more prepared this time. And I feel like it was a very good learning experience playing one of the best teams in the country, and we fought, we played.
The Fighting Illini basketball team played in Birmingham, Alabama last night against the number 8 ranked Crimson Tide, and Alabama won the game over our Illini from, it was 100 to 87.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning of the season, I mean, this is a new team. I feel like they're going to do great.
I
Lots
do too.
of talent.
I like them. Just have to get better.
Yes.
Keep working. Alabama's a very good team.
Very, which is, I mean.
Yeah. Good in football,
It's
good
gonna
in
be good.
basketball, whatever. We're going to be fine. If the Illini basketball team were stock, I'd buy the men and the women.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, the women are doing great too.
Yeah. They play tomorrow night against Oregon State, 7 p.m. That's a good team. Oregon State's really good. We're undefeated, ranked 22nd. Go support Shauna Green. State Farm tomorrow night at 7.
There we go.
Anything else?
Well, I mean, some input from campus because I'm on campus every single game night, orange and blue everywhere.
Everybody's on
everywhere.
it. Everybody's wearing
My
orange.
best friend who lives a floor beneath me, her and her boyfriend
Yeah.
always go to the basketball games. My friend Lizzie. So they love it. She's got her overalls,
Yeah.
everything. Everyone's
Yeah.
all decked out.
Love it. Love it. Let's keep that spirit going. And we got Unity and Monticello playing football.
Unity and Monticello get ready to face off Saturday afternoon at 2 in Monticello for the chance to go to the championship game for 3A high school football in the state of Illinois, which is huge.
Huge.
That's awesome.
Big time. Okay, Reese Hogan with sports. Thank you.
You're welcome.
8:49. We got weather one more time with Greg next.
A family-friendly comedy movie is coming to Danville's Fisher Theater on Saturday, November 30th. The LAF Kids has 4 orphans trying to save the head lady and orphanage as they go on an adventure of a lifetime. The world premiere of The Laugh Kids will have a red carpet event with all kinds of stars coming into town for this special night. Local producers from East Central Illinois who shot the movie Irresponsible are at it again. Saturday, November 30th in Danville's Fisher Theater with the world premiere of The Lost and Found Kids. This North End Empire film will have you rolling in the aisles. Take the whole family to this red carpet event and get pictures and autographs from some of the movie's actors making an appearance on the Saturday after Thanksgiving in Danville's historic Fisher Theater. Get your tickets now and check out the VIP passes by visiting atthefisher.com/laf.kids.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana and vicinity. And for some areas, a little bit of the white stuff on the ground, up on the car top and rooftop as well. Next is significant upper weather system auguring southward out of southern Wisconsin. Yeah, it's cold this morning, and that west wind is picked on up, and wind chills are in the upper teens and lower 20s. A little shocker root of the system. The other boot and hoof will drop, and even this afternoon with snow and rain and some reduced visibilities and some of the heavier snow squalls. High temperatures barely to 40. The west wind 20 to 30, gust to 45 miles per hour. That wind advisory in effect as well. And heads up on reduced visibilities in open areas with the snow and rain coming on down later this morning and this afternoon. Conceivable 1 to maybe as much as 3 inches. That heaviest, highest number, strictly colder surfaces, grassy grounds. Think the roads will be just wet. Will occur again in our northern areas. Lows tonight down to 35. Evening rain and snow. Maybe a snow shower tomorrow morning. Windy, cold, cloudy skies and a high about 44. In the mid 40s Saturday, 50s with more rain late Sunday and Monday. For TVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
One thing's for sure, everybody's different. That's why the new Villa Grove Community Center has something for everyone. Basketball your thing? Got it. Baseball or softball? Indoor batting cages and leagues for all ages. Indoor running track, soccer, pickleball, weightlifting, ellipticals, it's all here. Plus a splash pad for those hot summer days and a community room perfect for parties or meetings. And membership is open to anyone. The Villa Grove Community Center. What's your thing?
Illinois basketball season is underway. Single game tickets to see your Fighting Illini at State Farm Center are on sale now at fightingillini.com. Great seats are still available. Lock in your tickets for big games against Big Ten opponents before they're gone. Don't miss your chance to see the winningest team in the Big Ten Conference over the last 5 years. Be part of the atmosphere and get tickets at fightingillini.com.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
All right, listen to this.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 15 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. We look forward to meeting the needs of current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
Your favorite Mexican restaurant, El Toro on West Springfield in Champaign, is still open 7 days a week despite the construction on West Springfield. If you're craving those mouth-watering Mexican dishes, just enter from the east. When you see the barricade at Springfield and Kenwood, look for their special driveway. It'll guide you straight to El Toro. El Toro will be serving up your favorites all through the construction for the next 5 months. Open daily and ready to welcome you. El Toro, your destination for authentic Mexican cuisine, even during construction. Yep, and I went there last night. I was at El Toro in Springfield. It's kind of intimidating. You're driving right at the roadblock. So you're on Springfield headed west as you're going to Prairie Gardens, which you can't get to right now. From that you have to go down, for Prairie Gardens, you have to go down John Street or Bradley or something. You can get there on Duncan. Anyway, so as I'm driving to El Toro, I'm on West Springfield, and I go up to the barricade, and I turn left. There's a little sign there, and you go in the driveway.
There you go.
And we got a couple of dishes, and I brought them home. They're delicious.
Love El Toro. And that one's, I love that one.
That's a good one.
It's so good.
Just imagine, if you're a business, and that it's just crazy. Yeah, we're going to do construction. People have a real hard to get in your business for about 5 months. Well, that's kind of hard if you're a restaurant. So we are all about El Toro and supporting El Toro. It's a family business. And we love them.
The quesadillas, the nachos, enchiladas, everything.
And Jana got the tacos.
Yum, with the tacos. My mom always gets tacos.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
So good.
Reese Hogan, thank you for being part of the hour.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Done. You've done so well. Isn't she done well, people?
Love to be back.
You're invited. So hope we have you back soon. Thank you, Reese.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Stevie J. Thanks for joining us. Meet you tomorrow. Have a great Thursday.
Make this holiday season truly magical with Champaign-Urbana Ballet's The Nutcracker, December 5th through the 8th. Presented in partnership with Krannert Center for the Performing Arts, Area-Wide Technologies, Bill Bass Foundation, Stone Ridge Dairy, Two Men in a Truck, and Champaign Ballet Academy. Tickets at the Krannert Center box office or cuballet.com. Experience the unforgettable story, music, dancing, and tradition of CU Ballet's The Nutcracker.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
One thing's for sure, everybody's different. That's why the new Villa Grove Community Center has something for everyone. Basketball your thing? Got it. Baseball or softball? Indoor batting cages and leagues for all ages. Indoor running track, soccer, pickleball, weightlifting, ellipticals, it's all here. Plus a splash pad for those hot summer days and a community room perfect for parties or meetings. And membership is open to anyone. The Villa Grove Community Center. What's your thing?
Attention all truck drivers looking for a new opportunity with great pay and amazing benefits? Gale Frericks Trucking has got you covered. Join their team, receive a $4,000 sign-on bonus. That's right, $4,000 just for coming on board. Plus, enjoy a $1,200 gross weekly pay guarantee. Drive their state-of-the-art Freightliner Cascadia trucks equipped with a revolutionary system designed to reduce weight and downtime. Get home every weekend and some nights during the week with paid vacations and holidays. They offer company-sponsored health insurance and all the benefits you deserve. Regional drivers get first priority. Don't wait. Apply in person at Dedicated Diesel, 1313 Triumph Drive, Urbana, or call Tim at 765-505-1295. That's 765-505-1295. Start your journey today with Gale Frericks Trucking.
Better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. We are a locally owned community bank that has served the area since 1955. Fisher National is rooted in the communities we serve. We pride ourselves on providing financial resources that match or better the mega banks. We are your friends and neighbors who are involved in your communities and take a vested interest in seeing our customers thrive and prosper. Offering a line of rewarding consumer-centric deposits, home mortgages, small business banking, and agricultural lending. There are no compromises banking local with Fisher National. Our convenient online and mobile tools are second to none. We'll work hard to meet your financial needs and earn your trust. Learn more about Fisher National at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5.